everyone, good day. This is Kirante Renalin, a second year Bachelor of Elementary Education major in General Curriculum. Welcome to Ed 203A. Today, we shall start the first lesson under Facilitating Learner-Centered Teaching. So this particularly focuses on learner-centered teaching. So, what is learner-centered teaching? It is inverting the traditional teacher-centered teaching. So, meaning, we invert or not to follow the traditional way of learning. It's because we are now in the 21st century, so dili na gamit or applicable ang old way of learning sa mga students karon, especially na we are now in advance in technology. Second, understanding of the learner process and putting the student at the center of the learning process. So, understanding of the learning process, meaning nga ang teacher need to a very observant to understand and to know the student, and we have to analyze everything about our students, especially sa ilahang background, their interest, intelligences, sa ilahang learning styles. So, kinahanglan natong mabalaan nga as a future educator para po makabalutas sa atong learning goal para sa ilaha and makabalutas sa mga strategies nga ato ang gi-implement to the students. And given that, we can put the students at the centered learning process. Next, shift to the focus on the activity from the teacher to the learners. So, meaning, in this learner-centered teaching, the activity focuses to the learners, whereas katong sa traditional, ang focus ato is naa kay teacher. So, lahi na karon kita as a student, we are responsible for our learning, unlike before nga si teacher ang mag-discuss o maminaw rata, magwat lang ta sa mando ni teachers. But now, the activities focuses to the learner. Next, emphasizes what the learners do and not what the teachers does. So, what matter here is what the learners can do. So, dili ang teachers mubuhat sa mga activities. So, our main concern here is kung unsa ang mabuhat ni learners. Next, focuses on skills and practices in a lifelong learning, creative thinking, and independent problem solving. So, since our main focuses here is our learner, then we should expect nga ma-develop ang ilahang skills and practices in a lifelong learners. So, when we say lifelong learning, it is a continuous process. So basically, kani nga skills as being creative thinker and independent problem solver. So these are the skills na kinahanglang ma-develop ni students to become a lifelong learners.
We have also three methods of learner-centered teaching. First, active learning. Second, cooperative learning. Third, inductive teaching and learning. Active learning, in which students solve problems, answer questions, formulate questions of their own, discuss, explain, debate, or brainstorm during class. Cooperative learning, in which students work in teams on problems and projects under conditions that ensure both positive interdependence and individual accountability. Lastly, inductive teaching and learning include inquiry-based learning, case-based instruction, problem-based learning, project-based learning, discovery learning, and just-in-time teaching.
Now, let's move on to characteristic of learner-centered teaching according to Wenmer 2012. First, engage students in the hard work of learning, meaning we as a future educator, we need to engage our students to do the activities. So, dili si teacher ang mo perform. Kay si teacher, man good isa, mo facilitate ra na siya.
Motivates and empowers students by giving them some control over learning process. We, as a student, is when we control our learning process. If we want to have more knowledge, then we need to study and do some research.
Third, encourage students to reflect on what they are learning and how they are learning it. We as a future educator, it is our responsibility to encourage our students to reflect what they have learned and how they learn that things. Encourage collaboration. In the learning-centered teaching, they are not focusing on individual activity or task. They are focused on a group work. In this matter, the student gains or boosts their self-esteem by collaborating. The best example of this by performing role playing. Include explicit skills instruction. Explicit instruction is a way to teach in a direct, structured way. If the students itself will make the task, the students will be able to discover his or her skills, just like making our reports.
In conclusion, learner centered teaching promotes active, engaged, and independent learning. It has numerous benefits for learners, including improved academic outcomes, increased motivation and engagement, and the development of lifelong learning skills. By prioritizing the needs and interests of learners, this approach to education supports individuals' learning and recognize the unique abilities and strengths of every student.